Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Thanks the Legit Boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson. And available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, little notify bell next to it. Make sure you always get your new Going In Raw notifications. We are also available if you're interested in supporting Going In Raw. If you enjoy what we do and say, hey, I want to know how I can help these guys.
I want to know how to help them
continue to do what they do.
Yeah, that.
Thanks for helping me out there, pal.
Sure. I'm here for, I guess.
You can get there on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson. We have a bunch of reward tiers over there. $5 a month gets you a bunch of bonus content. We actually have a couple new patrons over the last 24 hours. Zacharine, or Zacharine. Maybe it's Zacharine. Let's see here. The Night Pigeon. Mr. Anderson.
Oh, wow. Is that the Mr. Anderson?
Or, if you're a Matrix fan, Mr. Anderson. And then let's see here. Danners from Straya Mate. I don't know what that is, but that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
New patrons, thank you very much. We've also got YouTube channel memberships available now. Just hit the join button. And boom, there you go.
There you go.
You get all the bonus content that the $5 and up patrons get as well. So that's good stuff, including, of course, the Friday Ask Steven Larson episode, which is always a fun time for all.
That it is.
So anyways.
Joshua Martinez at Disneyland. He puts together the Alice in Wonderland ride. Hope you're going on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. That's the best ride in all Disneyland in my estimation. That or Space Mountain.
I hope he gets to go to Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, yeah.
You think you know me. That's kind of cool. You go to Star Wars thing and Edge is there. On this day.
I see Han Solo.
So anyways, man, we're coming up on Hell in a Cell. We're going to do a live reactions to that this Sunday.
Next Sunday. 6.
Nice. I'm getting a free weekend. Man, I keep on thinking that it's only this weekend.
No, but the next weekend is like we got no life because you got SmackDown premiere on Friday. I guess nothing going on Saturday, but then Sunday is Hell in a Cell.
What do you prefer? So it's still 3 nights of watching wrestling. It's just one of the nights is extra huge.
Yeah.
What do you prefer? I don't like giving up my Friday nights. I shouldn't complain because what we do is pretty fun. But, yeah, Friday nights are kaput at this point.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll be home at like 8:30.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's destroyed completely. It's not like we have to watch the West Coast feed.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, it's going to be Monday. Now we get Tuesdays free from watching wrestling. Wednesdays are heavy,
yeah,
and then Thursdays we're off from watching wrestling, and then Fridays it's gonna be interesting to see how that affects us.
True.
I know everybody in the world of wrestling content.
Well, no, that's not like we're completely free from watching wrestling on Tuesday because we'll talk about this in non-news. Impact, October 1st, they're gonna be on Access Tuesday nights.
Yeah. Hey, I'm actually kind of shocked because that's a good idea. I thought for sure they're going to be like, hey, a new player has entered the Wednesday Night Wars. And they'd program for Wednesday also.
Get smashed.
Or, you know what, we really like being on it Friday nights at like midnight or whatever it was.
Here, we'll be on right after SmackDown for those who still want to watch wrestling. We got a new channel member here, Marlon Douglas. Thank you.
Thanks, Marlon.
A couple super chats from Nikki. Sorry I'm late, but happy 5th anniversary.
Thanks, Nikki.
Love from, I believe, South Africa. Thank you, Nikki.
Cool.
And then Daniel Encinas. Thanks for always being there. I travel every other week for work, and I appreciate the content.
Yeah, that's going to be another thing, too, is that our content schedule is going to be a little bit strange.
Yeah.
Because, so we're committed to doing, what do we do, 5 or 6? We do 6 podcasts a week. Right now, we kind of do 7, although Countouts being kind of left behind because we're bringing 10 for the win back.
Yeah, so it's going to be, I think we're going to do 5 podcasts a week still.
Like, I kind of feel like, because there's people out there who really like Countout, and that's cool. But Countout, I think, can maybe stick around as like a special event thing.
Yes.
Like, for example, at the end of the year, I'd love to do Steve's top 10 favorite matches of the year and Larson's top 10. And that's not really funny enough to do like a 10 for the win. So it's like, I'll do that as Countout.
We'll sit down and talk about it.
So like year-end stuff, maybe Mania season, we can figure out some stuff.
Countdown's perfect for year-end stuff we need to shoot in advance.
Yeah. Whenever, or if we want to take like a vacation or whatever, we could do that. But like, it's going to be silly. So Wednesday, we're going to have our weekend news roundup podcast like we always do. Tuesday, obviously, is still going to be Raw. Wednesday, I think we're going to do like a news brief and then maybe something smaller and more produced. Thursday, and then Thursday, we're going to be dropping 2 podcasts on you at the same time.
Yeah, you get your NXT and AEW shows.
We're going to film those back-to-back for the live crowd.
And Friday, for sure, we're going to do the SmackDown recap right after the East Coast feed ends.
Which is like Friday night, though, so really for a lot of people, it's like Saturday morning. So, yeah.
And then Saturday will be 10 for the win, and Matt Chat will continue on Sunday.
Yeah, so good times.
Mr. Tuesday Afternoon says, huge news, Humberto Carrillo confirmed for WWE 2K20.
You know, the sadder thing, or the sad thing about that, is that's kind of the only 2K20 news that has been released lately.
Has been a whole lot.
There really needs to be
more
at this point.
More and better.
Yeah.
Let's get into Raw. Overall, I guess it was a pretty fun show.
I didn't do a community poll simply because when I thought about it, I was like, it keeps on getting the same numbers every week, and I feel like next week I'll start it again because it's
the season premiere, new logo where they put the thing on there where instead of having straight text, they arch it a little bit.
I was waiting for somebody to do TikTok or whatever they do these days for short stuff, like a little Twitter video. We're like, hey, we need that Raw logo. Oh, okay. I forgot about that. And they just like, boop, do a little distort.
Yeah, distort filter in Photoshop, and that's it.
Yeah.
And have the little V on the bottom of it.
I did notice, though, in the very quick graphic that they showed of like, because I think it was during the Brock Lesnar announcement thing, like instead of being against like flat colors, there was some like weird texture thing going on with the backgrounds.
Yeah, there was a lot of chevron type shapes.
Yeah.
Sort of like the little V that's underneath Raw now.
I just want my opening music video, man. I'm telling you. Because a lot of people were sending me, or actually one person, anyways, one of the friendos we met at Starcast sent link to the song that he was referring to.
Yeah.
Let's get it on. That one, remember that one? It's been the in my generation.
Yeah, I remember that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I like so much. I even like the Nickelback one. Those are good.
The only one I care about is the Attitude Era one.
You're crazy.
No, I'm not crazy. That's the best of them all, man.
Anyways.
Garbage cans on fire.
Yeah, it's great.
Desolate wasteland.
Yes.
Wrestlers walking through it. Can't top that.
It's like it was like sort of a weird drug shootout warehouse setting,
great.
except for wrestling.
It's great.
Yeah,
and an awesome song.
Yeah, and then it's all great songs though.
Nickelback's not great, man.
That was a good one.
It's terrible.
What about Tonight Is the Night?
That one's all right. It's not as good as the Attitude.
How did the Nickelback. That was a good one. It's very catchy.
No, it's very generic. So there's another episode kind of built around the Fiend, which you can't go wrong with that. At least I haven't yet. Some strong work from AJ Styles.
We got a lengthy and awesome Bob Roode backstage interview.
Yeah,
man, I'm so happy whenever I see him. And then again, I sort of take this thing with a little bit of a grain of salt. But Dave Meltzer said that Robert Roode is a big Paul Heyman guy apparently, and that's why we're going to see a lot more of him.
Oh, that's good.
I think that's fantastic.
That is good.
I think that's so good because he had a good showing, a really strong showing.
Yeah.
In the elimination match, which I thought was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Kind of think they. Once Ray showed up and said, "I'm dedicating this match to Walter," I knew he was going to win.
Yeah.
I was really hoping Ricochet would pick up the win there.
I know, that'd been cool.
King Corbin was amazing. He was like the show stealer.
Yeah,
that was great.
And it was a wise move to go from Party City King to Game of Thrones cosplayer. That's the right move.
Yeah, Hot Topic.
It worked.
Yeah, I thought it was great. That was really.
Although I wish they. It's frustrating to me with music when they want to change it rather than. So, for example, the King Corbin stuff. They have that cheesy keyboard-based intro that's supposed to sound regal, and they cut to his previous theme, and it's just cut back and forth between the two, and it's awkward, and it's clumsy.
It's just like Baron Corbin.
And it's awful.
Which is why it's great. Because it's Baron Corbin.
But if it was isolated that incident, I might agree with you. But that's just like their approach to melding two themes now. There's no creativity involved. It's like, okay, 8 bars from this, 12 from that, we're good.
Yeah, it's meta. It's good.
It's not meta. It's
like
lazy.
We do this with the tag team stuff because it is so lazy.
It's lazy.
Who is like, this is the personification of like everything is bad. It's so bad it's good now. Baron Corbin. Let's just awkwardly. Here's the thing that I like about it. Because you're right about the tag team stuff. That's just lazy. However, in the case of Baron Corbin, I guarantee you whoever was doing that was laughing their asses off. They're probably cracking up.
They're probably laughing their asses off because they were laughing because, you think the tag team division could shoehorn 2 vastly different songs together? Watch what we can do.
I wonder whose decision that is with the tag team stuff. You think it's just Vince?
Maybe.
They're fine. Just throw them together.
People like their themes. Just jam them together.
Yeah.
So bad.
The club got a new theme. I did not really have an opportunity to listen to it.
It was a lot more screaming.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's cool. I like screaming. We got a pretty decent Sasha Banks versus Nikki Crossman.
Yeah, that was good.
That was cool. So yeah, I don't know. It was fine. And then I thought the Carmella thing needed to be built up more. Mm-hmm. But it's sort of apropos of the 24/7 title. It's just run out there and do it.
Yeah.
But I did appreciate that they finally pulled the trigger on that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, Raw was okay. It felt long.
It did feel long. Probably because the Fatal 5-Way probably should have been the main event.
Yeah,
the crowd was into that match, but they were not into the actual main event.
Yeah, I think because everybody was just waiting for everybody knew that was going to happen.
But also the Fatal 5-Way was exciting and stuff, and I think people kind of got worn out.
Yeah, it was. That was a really fun match.
Show kicked off with the typical Then Now Forever opening package, but it was all glitched out. I got a little shot of the Fiend in there. Mm-hmm. He's messing with things in the production truck now.
Well, that's been his MO for a while.
His time away, he went and took some production classes at maybe Full Sail.
Yeah, maybe
getting there, press buttons on the non-linear editing software.
But he already knew how to do all that stuff because of his WrestleMania match with Randy Orton.
Oh yes. Well, no, that's just flipping a switch, man, or paying someone to do that. This is him actually in the truck messing with levers and stuff. Maybe it's a linear editing machine where they have the little levers and the buttons and stuff to cue up tape.
That could be.
Probably not. It's probably on a hard drive. After that, we got a Bray Wyatt, Seth recap of what happened last week when Wyatt got up in Seth's face. Show starts with Seth coming down the ring. He said he's been in the ring for a long time, seen a lot of crazy things, but he's never felt like he did last week with the Fiend all up in his grill. Mm-hmm. He said, but I'm a survivor. I do what is necessary to survive. I survived Braun. He gave me the beating of a lifetime at Clash Champions. I'm going to go into Hell in a Cell. I'm going to survive against the Fiend, and I'm going to prevail. This brings Braun out, and Braun says, well, you got anything to say to me, you can say it to my face. Says all WTF. And Braun says,
I'm happy. He was like, dude, I'm happy not to have fought you. Can't you put 2 and 2 together? Don't you understand context?
Yeah.
No, I'm a dullard.
Yeah, I know, pretty much. So Braun's beef was Seth was saying, I hope I don't have to wrestle Braun again.
Yeah.
And Braun's like, yeah, you hope you better not, because I'm gonna destroy you. And Seth's like, no, I'm relieved I don't have to because you beat me up so bad.
I said that.
And then Seth said, well, I didn't want to fight you, but now I do because you're out here talking trash.
I do. Look, I kind of appreciate, and it's funny, they need to be careful with this without making Seth just sound whiny or kind of a dullard himself, because later on during his interview, he's like, I've got so much on my plate. I didn't even want to wrestle Braun Strowman. I'm like, dude, you did that to yourself.
Yeah.
You did that to yourself. And so he's starting to get to the point where he's like, I've got this Universal title. This is too much of a hassle.
In a tight spot.
I don't remember many face champions thinking to themselves, this is too much work.
I know.
I'm tired of all this work.
I know. He's keeping it real, though.
I just want to chill.
So anyways, Braun thinks that's a challenge. So maybe there'll be a match tonight. At that point, it seemed kind of open-ended.
Yeah.
Later on, it was confirmed, yes. It was Seth versus Braun. But based on this segment, it seemed like it should have been for Universal title, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ALK here in chat says, I do appreciate there is some consistency with Braun Strowman. He is booked kind of as a dullard. He says here he takes offense at innocuous things people say all the time.
Yeah, I know.
That's just sort of his thing.
It's pretty great.
Anyways,
first match of the night, Viking Raiders taking on the OC. This is a fun match. And this we heard the OC's new music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Screamy.
They make a big deal about. I mean, they gave them new music. Their packaging looks great. They give them a very wordy lower third that has all the words to it in sequence. They need to get some wins in here.
That's the thing.
They need to get some wins.
That's the thing, because that didn't happen this time.
I mean, here's the thing. They're the bad guys, and the Viking Raiders are the good guys. If the good guys are finally going to get a win cleanly over the bad guys, that needs to be like either at a pay-per-view or in a big match, like after the OC has already gotten the better of them.
Yeah, they cheated and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen. Anyways, the match is pretty fun. At one point, AJ gets involved trying to mess with Hanson. Ref sees it, kicks AJ from ringside.
Out of here.
He's going up the ramp complaining. Cedric runs out, attacks him, chases him backstage. And the finish saw Ray Rowe escape the Magic Killer. He tags in Hanson, and the War Raiders win with Viking experience.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't get in the habit of calling them Eric and Ivar. It's Ray Rowe and Hanson, man.
I don't know which one's which. I don't care.
Ray Rowe, I think, is Eric.
In one ear, out the other.
I know.
Doesn't matter.
They're Rowe
to
and
me.
Hanson, man.
They're Ray Rowe and Hanson.
And
they're
War Machine. They're Ray Rowe and Hanson.
And in fact, every time Michael Cole calls them those ridiculous names, I always then remember, oh, that's right, they renamed him. Mm-hmm. And then out the other ear. So yeah, no, I'm with you on that one, man. To me, honestly, they're still War Machine.
I know, same.
They're still Ray Rowe and Hanson.
War Raiders is passable because at least that's what they were in NXT.
Yeah.
I can't call them Viking Raiders. I just can't do it.
I'm with you on it. Isn't it funny how like time after time NXT people have been redubbed, renomened, and we'll adhere to it. Okay, that's fine. Jordan Miles, I'll call him Jordan. I mean, we still kind of call him ACH.
Yeah,
but I'll call him. Eventually, I'm fine with that.
I have a hard time calling Trevor Lee Cameron Grimes.
Me too, but we're gonna get there. Aleister Black. I love Tommy Young. It's a great name, but he's firmly Aleister Black right now.
Yeah, I feel like 'cause I wasn't as familiar with his work as Tommy Young as obviously am now, but like I still have a hard time. Partially because it's hard to pronounce. Dominic Dijakovic. I just want to call him Donovan Dijak.
To this day, I just call him Dijak.
Or Dijak, you know?
That's all I can do. On the other hand, I don't even know who Sam Shaw is. All I know is Dexter Lumis. That fit perfectly. But 99% of the time, we roll with it, and we do our best to honor the wishes of WWE.
Obviously, yes. But in this case, this is an extreme example of how ridiculous Vince can be.
This is
Eric and Ivar, after we've known them for months.
Terrible.
Just in NXT is Hanson and Rowe. Get out of here.
Get out of here with that.
It's insulting my intelligence as a viewer and ingester of your content.
Ingester.
Just have some consistency here.
Consistency
between NXT
is all we want.
In main roster.
Main roster.
That's all I want.
Absolutely.
Anyways. War Machine won.
I'm with you on that, man.
War Machine won. Next, we had a Bob Roode interview. He was asked, does he stand a chance tonight in this Fatal 5-Way? And goes, yeah, I've already pinned Seth Rollins, so I think my chances are pretty good. They're going to be... And he walks off rather than saying glorious.
No, he said glorious. It was just very understated.
Oh, okay.
He said it's going to be absolutely glorious. It was cool. I was
typing, so maybe that's why I didn't.
No, it's totally cool. He looks great with the title. God, he looks good. And I don't care if it's the crap-ass Raw tag title. I don't care. It looks great.
It does look good.
And Bob Roode looks like $1 million. This dude gets on the mic, and I'm like, this guy is happy again.
What he needs, it's a small touch. They need to do this. Unless he's about to start wrestling, put him in the suit.
I agree.
Put him in the suit.
100%. I agree.
Put him in. It doesn't have to be $1,000 suit. It's got to look like $1,000 suit.
Yeah. Well, any suit he wears looks like $1,000. Let's be honest.
He looks like $1 million.
He does. Yeah.
Next, we had a sit-down interview between Michael Cole and Becky Lynch.
Never a fan of these.
Yeah. Especially with Becky, she seems like such a kinetic individual.
Yeah.
She needs she needs the room to move.
Yeah, she shouldn't be sitting down. She should be if they're going to do a sit-down interview with Becky, she should be pacing. You know, she's like, Becky, you can take a seat. Don't tell me what to do.
Or Michael Cole tries to sit down. She kicks the chair out from under him, something like that. He falls on his butt.
I mean, yeah, you can add pratfalls, I suppose. That'd be good, too.
That one never fails to entertain. Either that one or when someone sits down, you pull a chair from behind them. I did that once.
All right, indie wrestler did that to that lady who was, like, yelling at him.
Yeah.
She has a beard. She turns around. And you could tell immediately he was like, I went too far.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done that, but it was so easy.
It was good.
It's so satisfying to watch somebody pull a chair up.
I'll tell you what, it's even more satisfying to do it yourself.
Yeah.
I've done it once in my life, and it was great.
It is. But you feel immediately bad. You're like, I just caused this chaos here.
You do, to a degree.
Yeah. That was hilarious, though. And she had a good sense of humor about it, that lady. because on Twitter somebody posted it, and then I think he posted like the guy, I forget the guy's name, but he posted like the facepalm emoji, and then she said, "You owe me a beer" or something like that. Like, it's all good good fun.
Yeah. Becky was just talking about her match with Sasha at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he said, you're the one who wanted it inside Hell in a Cell. And she said, yeah, she's been in it, but she didn't win. Mm-hmm. And it's all about keeping her inside Hell in a Cell.
Not keeping Bayley out of the match. Not keeping
Bayley, from getting in because Sasha ran into the crowd last time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes.
yeah.
Next, Rusev taking on EC3. EC3 got a jobber entrance, and jobber he was. Not much of a match here. I think EC3 got on like 3 clotheslines.
He was on TV. That's
on
one
TV.
baby step. He was on TV.
Fresh off win the 24/7 title during the most recent tour. But Rusev won with a Machka kick, followed up with the accolade.
If EC3 doesn't, how great EC3 would have been great in this Maria Kanellis, Mike Kanellis angle.
I know.
If EC3 doesn't inadvertently, unknowingly, and completely out of his hands make Vince mad, maybe he'll get more time on TV.
Hopefully. After that, we got a Rey Mysterio promo. He says, "I almost retired a few weeks back, but here I am, wrestling for a chance to take on Seth Rollins for Universal Championship, and that's all thanks to my son Walter.
Mm-hmm.
He talked me out of retiring, so I'm dedicating this match to my son Walter."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is for you, Walter.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see my dad.
Why doesn't he just challenge Walter for the NXT UK title, and then he can have that belt?
Well, he's not going to challenge his own son. That'd be weird. He's not going to fight his son. We're talking about Ray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, why would he challenge his son?
It could be
to
a friendly.
match?
It could be a friendly.
Oh, man, I don't know. I don't think Walter's ready for that. He has both been he's both a very experienced wrestler on the indie scene.
And never wrestled at all.
And has never wrestled at all.
Yeah.
He exists in 2 universes.
I guess so.
After that, we had Sasha Banks versus Nikki Cross. Of course, last week, Sasha and Bayley picked up a win against the tag team champions. Mm-hmm. So this week, it was time for some payback.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that payback didn't really come. Nikki Cross was on the verge of winning. And then Bayley got all in the mix, distracting the referee. Alexa Bliss comes over to help out.
Oh, man, she laid out Bayley.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, and then she tossed her into the office chair.
Yeah.
I love when they use those plush office chairs.
Same. Finish, Nikki hit a top rope crossbody. Sasha rolls through into the bank statement. Nikki taps.
Very smooth roll into the bank
really
statement, too, yeah.
Alexa Bliss gets in the ring afterwards. She eats the backstabber and bank statement, too.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Good stuff. So after that, we had the OC backstage calling each other mother lover.
Carl Anderson.
Carl and Machine Gun.
Doc Gallows were holding their ribs and nursing their injuries from their match against War Raiders. AJ was fired up.
Oh, yeah, we did. I must have zoned out. Did we mention the Cedric thing? Did you mention the Cedric thing?
Yes.
Thought he was supposed to be buried by Vince McMahon.
Huh.
Apparently not.
Lol.
He's still a thing. Anyways, he was like, Cedric's not in my league.
And then he got going to say how no one in the Fatal 5-Way in the not main event tonight was in his league either.
They're not in my league.
He goes, put him up. They too sweet. And AJ goes, ugh.
Good stuff. Mother lover.
After that, Street Profits hyping up the show. Then Miz comes in.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no question about this. Who's the father in this scenario? Maurice just gave birth to another baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Miz says next week on the season premiere of Raw, he will host Miz TV with Hulk Hogan.
Brother.
Ugh.
Isn't that funny? Just yesterday you were saying, I don't want to see Hulk Hogan on my TV screen. And then Miz gave you exactly what you did not want.
Yeah. And then Ric Flair's going to be on it too. And then Miz did the terrible Fargo strut.
Yeah.
He shouldn't try to mimic anything Ric Flair does.
So this is cool. Bash of the Beach 94? Was that when they had their big match in WCW?
WCW.
And they had that little mini parade for Hogan.
Mm-hmm. Through the streets of Walt Disney World.
Yeah, that's right. Confused onlookers everywhere.
It's like, why are they having this parade? This is Disneyland, not Hogan Land.
Is that like a celebrity impersonator?
He looks different.
His face looks different.
His face looks really different. It's not the Hulk Hogan I remember seeing in 10 years ago.
Where's his weird, round, puffy face? Now it looks all lean and different, as if he's doing something different with his body.
Or not doing something different.
Cerberus actually mentions this. Hogan's name got booed.
I know.
There was a smattering of boos in the crowd. So, see how that goes for them.
Wilson.
Where were they yesterday? They were
San
in
Francisco.
San Francisco.
At the new Chase Center.
Oh, yeah.
And next week's going to be in Phoenix.
Yeah, those are two different territories right there. Phoenix they'll probably cheer him. Probably.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's a national thing quite yet. But
we'll find out.
We'll see.
We'll find out. Montez throws to the Kofi Brock video package recap what happened on SmackDown at the end of all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a match between Lacey Evans and Ember Moon. This was fun, especially that clips Ember Moon did off the apron. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was incredible.
Really yeah, that was good stuff.
Ember Moon's so good.
She's amazing. She should not be jobbing out to Lacey Evans.
No, that's what happened, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ember goes to the top, go for the eclipse. They're kind of jostling for position. Lacey has a handful of Ember's hair and then hits her to the woman's right. And then kind of stands over for a bit. Doesn't go for the pin. Instead puts in the sharpshooter. Ember taps, which is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Then they go backstage. You see Natalya there, and she's watching the sharpshooter, and she's like, she's
smirking. She's like, oh.
She's like, that's not really how you do that move.
Because it wasn't how you do it.
I know. And then she does an interview, and she's like, yeah, I'll give Lacey Evans a rematch.
And then this time she'll tap out to sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Firefly Funhouse, advertised several times previously on the show. So Bray, he's doing stuff with the Wall of Friendship. He has a picture of Kane up there now, and there's a frame with just like a black background on it, right? So there's always room for one more. And so he turns around, and there's Huskus and Rambling Rabbit fighting over something. He pulls it out of Huskus's mouth. It's a Seth Rollins action figure.
Yeah. You guys are fighting over Seth Rollins?
And then Rambling Rabbit says, no, we're sharing. And then Huskus said stuff I had a hard time understanding.
Yeah, I forget what he said. But yeah, it was very difficult.
Because there's a lot of and squeals interspersed throughout.
Yeah.
So they have that conversation. Bray warns them not to love someone or things too much because it opens you up to emotions.
Vulnerability.
Emotions that you probably don't. Neglect.
Loneliness.
And then Rambling Rabbit said he doesn't want the Fiend to hurt Seth. And then Bray suggests, maybe I'm not out to hurt him. Maybe I'm out to protect him. And then he takes the Seth action figure, snaps it in half, says sharing is caring, but rather than giving the halves to Huskus and Rambling Rabbit, he just tosses them aside.
Tosses them, yeah. Then he says, see you in hell.
Let him in.
Yeah, let him in.
Did you see that glow-in-the-dark shirt they have for him now with the lantern on it?
No.
It's not bad.
That sounds awesome.
It'd actually be really cool if they didn't have "Let Me In" giant letters on the back.
Well, nobody looks at the back.
But the actual front of the shirt's pretty cool. It's just the lantern, but it's stylized, and then where the lantern illuminates.
I think I bought this, but in the T-shirt version of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Damian Priest shirt.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, where's the?
Let's go up to Superstars.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at that guy.
Yeah, if it didn't have "Let Me In" back, I think that'd be pretty neat.
Oh yeah, but that's not gonna be too heavy.
That's not terrible. I mean, it's not so much the heaviness of it. It's like they just insist on putting stuff in the back that's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like if it was just the front, that's cool.
That's cool, man. I dig that.
It glows in the dark, and I always love when things glow in the dark.
Yeah, you know what else glows in the dark?
Oh yeah,
these stickers
that you can
get right now at friendomarket.com. Look at that stack of stickers I got right here. We've got a stack of signed postcards over there. We've got this shirt, so it's a shirt sticker pack to celebrate our 5-year anniversary over at friendomarket.com.
Yeah.
We got superstar artist Juan Ortiz. He's done all sorts of great shirts for all sorts of pro wrestlers.
That he has.
Over the years, you get that. You get this hologram Slow Wolfpack sticker right here. And then you also get, there's another sticker. It's right here on my laptop.
It's the graphic from the shirt in sticker form.
But in a different colorway.
Yeah.
So it's a really great deal. Right now, friendomarket.com. Go check it out.
Yes. And thank you. After that, R-Truth and Carmella come running down the ring. Loser locker room gives chase. They surround the ring. Carmella grabs a mic. She tells them all to stop. She grabs a mic, drops a promo, asking them to stop chasing her and R-Truth. Her life is a nightmare. She can't do anything. She can't eat. She can't sleep. She can't do anything.
Yeah.
And she's like this complaining to R-Truth. Like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it. R-Truth comes up, gives her a hug. Mella rolls him up. She's the new 24/7 champion.
And Truth seems very happy for his friend.
Yeah.
To have done that to him.
Raises her hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then the women's loser locker room comes running out.
I thought that was cool. That was the one moment about this that I thought was like, oh, that's pretty clever. Like it's so I don't know. I thought it was very clever.
It was pretty good. To give comes down the ring, Carmella jumps on R-Truth's back. They run out of there. Locker room gives chase.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty funny.
I like when Truth tried to get on Carmella's back and realized it wasn't going to work, so she gets back on. I thought that was really good.
That was pretty good. Next, Sasha and Bayley backstage, blocked exactly how Steve loves it. Just two people standing next to each other talking with the camera there for some reason.
I can't stand this. Like, here's the thing. I'm totally fine if they're talking to the camera.
Yeah.
Because that's like, okay,
it's motivated,
somebody sent a cameraman back there to have them address the situation. I'm totally fine with that. If this is like supposed to be the conversation between two people, that's kind of asinine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. So anyways, they're talking about I'm going to be the person standing finally in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
So yeah.
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 Yeah. And
actually, this is a good question here. Gamer Realm. I don't know if anybody's going to ask this question later on, but the women's loser locker room was, of course, the main event players, Dana Brooke and Sarah Logan.
Yes, the Iconics.
The Iconics came out. Okay, I didn't.
I saw Billie Kay.
Okay. Who do you think is going to be the first woman from the women's?
Oh, it should be the Iconics.
Yes, it should be.
Should be the Iconics.
I agree.
Although I'm rooting for Dana Brooke.
I think everybody's rooting for Dana Brooke. I think she's great.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, they were just kind of talking backstage. Sasha and Bayley were about, I'm going to do this, first that.
So I want to make sure I got that right. So a couple people here in chat are talking about what Corey Graves said when Carmella won the title. Did he say it's going to be a good night for me or something like that? That's pretty funny.
It is pretty funny. After that, we had Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura in the locker room. Sami was going on with Nakamura. He stands up, says something to Sami in Japanese, and then Sami backs off.
Yeah.
Which is good. Even Nakamura gets annoyed by Sami sometimes.
Yeah, he's about to get bee-slapped.
Yeah, man.
After that, the amazing, immaculate, commanding King Corbin. Riveting.
Regal.
King Corbin. And they've changed his name on the roster page to King Corbin appropriately, although sadly they don't have him. Maybe they updated even that now.
Clad in his regal attire.
They should. He looks great.
Yeah, they did a heck of a job replacing the corny looking stuff with stuff that looks still corny, but
so yeah, like you said earlier, it's a very Game of Thrones inspired.
Yeah. And they made a bunch of Game of Thrones references too. They said the cape was made from direwolf, Valyrian steel, all sorts of Game of Thrones references.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
So before the match starts, Baron Corbin, he's taking on Chad Gable. Oh no,
still just in his vest.
Corbin grabs the mic, says, "I'm not here to make a bunch of jokes. You're still gonna come up short." And then, he said something else to punctuate it.
He said he shouldn't have to be fighting people who are that small. I think something like that.
Oh yeah.
There should be like a
height minimum 5'5".
Yeah.
Match begins. Fun match. Almost quite as good as the King of the Ring final, but still pretty good. And the crowd was super into Chad Gable picking up that W.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and he was on the verge. He had Corbin in a really, really great ankle lock that they were selling quite a bit. And then Corbin, he was able to get to the corner where his scepter was. He grabbed that, laid out Chad Gable with he got him a couple times, and then gave him this sort of execution style shot to the back of the neck.
Head, I know.
Oh, that was rough.
That was rough.
That was good.
That was rough.
Like for a second, it looked like this is actually Game of Thrones. He would have impaled him.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it looked great.
Got the sword and cut him this way.
Yeah, it was good stuff. Explodes his head.
Oh, I know. That show was so violent.
It was a very violent show.
It was a very violent show.
Highly entertaining. I like when people's heads explode. That was gruesome.
Didn't someone literally get cut like that?
Oh, probably. Didn't that happen? Didn't something like that happen during the joust at in the beginning?
Yeah.
I think it happened there.
Didn't it happen there? And then someone killed their horse too in that same scene?
Yeah, I think something like that.
That was a rough scene.
I know, man. Can't believe they killed a real horse in that movie.
I don't think they did. That was a different HBO show that had some horse problems.
That's so messed up.
I know.
Anyways.
Whoops. Anyways, next, another AOP promo. It's kind of set up similarly as last week, and they said, so last week we talked about who AOP were. We're going to show you now. So they get up. They're just in the locker room of the Chase Center with like a black backdrop and well lit. You see like people there shooting it. So they walk out, go in the hallway. They find, I think, Kurt Hawkins and No Way Jose.
That's exactly who it was. No, it was Heath. It was Heath Slater.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's No Way Jose and someone else.
I think it was Heath Slater.
Beat the heck out of him. And they just cut, and they're sitting back, and they finished their promo.
Yeah. What did you think about this compared to the previous one?
Although the other one was better.
Me too. And I hope they don't simply replay this tonight.
They probably will.
Because it'll just be...
At least get some new... They're the same arena. Get some new B-roll of the beatdown with two different people.
I'd be fine with that if they do like a new one. But if they just replay the same one, it's like, well, it sort of gave us the illusion that it was live.
Yeah.
That it happened live. So, and then on top of that, it's like, well, you just basically... This is my problem with it. They just sucker punched a couple of like losers. You know what I mean?
I know.
They sucker punched.
Go up to Bob Roode and Dolph and try that.
Right, exactly. Like, go take out Braun or something.
Yeah, I mean, the two people they beat up aren't even a tag team.
Yeah, and they were just milling about, so it's not like they knew it was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that's
like
not really...
Set up the Brock in a couple weeks.
It's not really the best way to demonstrate your might. It's like, yeah, we just sucker punched a couple of losers.
Yeah. I know.
They're really cool, though. They look great in those suits.
They do. And I love they're letting them speak in
That's the best part about
their native languages.
Because, like... They're great when they're speaking.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
I mean, they're actually pretty good when they're in English, too.
Yeah.
Like in the sit-down situation.
Akam's actually from Canada. So I guess I shouldn't say native languages. And speaking in different languages.
Probably his parents' native language, I would assume.
Yes. Anyways, it's great.
Yeah, really.
And I hope if this turns out to be a success, that they'll actually allow more wrestlers to, or not force them all to speak English.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Next, Fatal 5-Way, number one contender for Universal title. You got Ray, you got Ricochet, you got Bob Roode, AJ Styles, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Ricochet got an interview and got gorilla position.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I mean,
He's trying to be an inspirational figure.
They get the underdog stuff from him really well.
Yes.
You know?
I'd say I'm out there to prove that superheroes do exist.
It's still so much fun to see Ricochet.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Man. It's so awesome. So anyways, yeah, everybody comes out. They have a match. Yeah, it's fun stuff. Ricochet and Ray were doing a lot of fun stuff early on. We didn't really get to see them mix it up too much because as soon as they were like standing off with each other, I forget who it was, AJ or somebody came in and sort of broke it up and started, so it was a lot of heel on face action.
Although there were some moments where like Bob Roode and AJ got an extended sequence. Well, first working together and then not.
Yeah.
And then Nakamura and AJ had some time to square off against one another.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. First elimination came courtesy of Shinsuke Nakamura. So Ricochet hits a recoil on Bob Roode, and then as soon as he hits that, Nakamura hits him with a Kinshasa from behind, pins Ricochet, first eliminated, which is a bummer.
Yep.
Later on, AJ pins Nakamura after a phenomenal forearm. And then right away, Bob Roode picks AJ up, hits him with a glorious DDT. That's pretty cool that Bob Roode got to eliminate AJ Styles.
I know. That was very cool. I mean, all the evidence is right there that, yeah, apparently Paul Heyman, the guy in charge now, really likes Bob Roode. I mean, he's like, hey, let's get a title on him. Doesn't matter which one. Let's get a title on him.
Well, I think 24/7 is probably out of the equation.
Okay. There's always the 24/7 exemption. Whenever I talk about a title, that is not one of them.
So it's down. The final two are Rey Mysterio and Bob Roode. Finish that saw Rey avoid a glorious DDT and kind of like a one fluid motion avoided the glorious DDT and flung Bob Roode into the ropes. It's a 619 springboard frog splash for the win. But they had a lot of back and forth of them trying to hit their finish and escaping each other's finish.
I've
it was
actually
really
been
well orchestrated at the end.
Very happy to see Bob Roode in the position he's in right now. Hopefully it continues. And it is interesting to see a guy who was essentially had been buried, and you see how you can rehab that into something that you start believing is a winning situation.
Oh, yeah. Then we have a Seth interview, which you talked about earlier.
So tired.
So I'm in over my head. I'm in a tight spot. Main event, Braun versus
I'm a dapper
Seth.
Dan man. I don't want Fob.
Yeah.
I'm a Dapper Dan man.
Dapper Dan man. Braun has the advantage early at one point. Seth gets him in a position for a stomp. Braun catches him, goes for a power slam. Seth escapes, pushes Braun outside. Seth hits 2 suicide dives, and he goes for a third and kind of stumbles. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. Probably not. Braun catches him, choke slams him on the apron, hits a shoulder tackle, then another shoulder tackle, then power slams him on the floor. He tosses Seth back in the ring, gets Seth on his shoulder for another power slam. Lights go down. Here comes the Fiend. Strobe lights come back up. Fiend has Braun on the mat, mandible claw, engaged.
And he sort of gets between Seth and Braun.
Yeah, he's crawling over to Seth, and Seth is like,
in my head, it's all just a Wilhelm scream.
yeah. Yeah, he's over there screaming or something.
Yeah.
But then rather than, like last week, the Fiend got up in Seth's face, acting all creepy. This time, so he's crawling over towards Seth, turns to get between Seth and Braun. He's protecting Seth, seemingly.
Yeah.
So Braun starts to come to, lunges towards Fiend. Fiend puts mandible claw back on him.
Yeah, it takes out Braun seemingly for good and then just gets all up in Seth's grill. Yeah, I like this, man. I kind of figured, like, this was kind of what I was aiming at last week. I was like, instead of attacking Kane, like, he lays out, he's like protecting Seth from everybody else. And I thought it would have been much more powerful last week if he lays out 5 guys.
Yeah.
And Seth is freaked out. He's like, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I can do to the guys that are attacking you. Imagine what I can do to you.
Yeah. Do you see any of the stuff from after the show went off the air?
Yeah, I did. Kind of interesting. I mean, I know people are sort of. So what happened after the air was essentially Seth hits the Fiend with 4 stomps. Lights go up, but like the first one, Fiend literally just no sells it, gets back up.
Yeah.
And he goes like based from corner to corner. He just keeps on stomping him, and then the lights go out, and the Fiend is gone when they come back up. Does that give us any hints as to what's going to happen at Hell in a Cell?
I don't know. But then you get this Braun situation here. Braun can get himself involved.
Is that match going to be in Hell in a Cell?
Yeah.
Okay, it is. Okay, so it's going to be that one and the Sasha.
Yeah.
And,
Becky one, yeah.
Becky, okay.
But I can totally see at some point Braun coming down to the ring, ripping the door off Hell in a Cell and getting involved.
I would like that simply because I want Braun to be involved in this. I think it's natural for him to do that. And then I don't know, maybe that'll lead to like a triple threat or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. This next pay-per-view is Survivor Series after Hell in a Cell. So, who knows? Anyways, let's talk about the last episode of SmackDown Live on USA, Steve.
Ooh.
SmackDown preview time. First entry, Roman Reigns clear the air with Daniel Bryan. Roman Reigns wants to talk to Daniel Bryan to clear the air, and Bryan has agreed to meet with the big dog face-to-face. Conversation comes after weeks of tension between Reigns and Bryan following the mysterious attack on the big dog. After it was revealed that Bryan's protege, Eric Rowan, was behind the attacks, Bryan had some harsh words for his large ally. Last week, Eric Rowan, the recently returned Luke Harper, even laid out Bryan, and Reigns surprisingly came to Bryan's aid to no avail. What will Reigns have to say to Bryan? Find out on SmackDown Live Tuesday on USA Network at 8, 7 Central.
They didn't call. I'm sad. They should have had this be the Roman Reigns Daniel Bryan summit.
Oh, yeah.
And then the summit doesn't happen. Next, Kofi Kingston to discuss challenger Brock Lesnar in sit-down interview. I wonder if he's going to be pacing.
Ooh.
Maybe somebody's watching this and they'll have him pace.
Yeah, block it differently. So
Because, man, if there's any time that you could conceivably pace, it's like the prospect of fighting Brock Lesnar.
Exactly.
Brock Lesnar sent a beast of a message to WWE Champion Kofi Kingston last Tuesday on SmackDown Live when he and Paul Heyman challenged the champion to a title match on October 4th, and the Beast Incarnate F5'd Kingston. The fighting champion has since accepted Lesnar's challenge and will have a special sit-down interview on Tuesday to talk about the anticipated showdown. Find out what Kingston has to say on SmackDown Live Tuesday on USA Network at 8, 7 Central.
Wow.
They did that twice.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
3 times.
Oh, wow. Look at that. They didn't do it in the last one?
They didn't do it in the last one.
That's weird. Charlotte Flair to team with Carmella against Bayley and Sasha Banks. Carmella surprisingly came to Charlotte Flair's rescue last week to stop a 2-on-1 attack from SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley and Sasha Banks. This Tuesday on SmackDown Live, Mella will team up with Flair against Bayley and Banks in tag team action. How will this unlikely pairing work together against a set of former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions? Find out who will stand tall on SmackDown Live Tuesday on USA Network at 8, 7 Central.
Finally, Shane McMahon invites Kevin Owens to SmackDown Live to settle lawsuit. Shane McMahon invited Kevin Owens to SmackDown Live to settle the lawsuit that Owens had served to McMahon last Tuesday after being pronounced fired the previous week. Kevin Owens emerged in the crowd only to have Shane O'Mac call him into the ring to address his record lawsuit. His record lawsuit?
Yeah, this is the
Record
largest
amount of money?
wrongful
Okay.
termination lawsuit ever.
Now it appears McMahon may be open to finding a way to settle the dispute with Owens in a different way. And then it has a Shane McMahon tweet. This is an important time for WWE and its superstars. We cannot afford to have distractions. Therefore, I am inviting Kevin Owens to SmackDown Live tonight so we can settle this lawsuit once and for all. So are they going to have a summit of some sort?
Yes, summit.
Will Owens accept the invitation and come face-to-face with Shane? So it seems like there's a lot of talking right now. So there's
really
one
does.
match.
And talking.
And talking. There's a clearing of the air. There's a sit-down interview.
Riveting stuff always.
And an invitation.
A summit.
To discuss a lawsuit.
That seems like a summit. Yes,
That's a solid episode of SmackDown
Wow, riveting
Live,
television.
man.
Which great way to transition from USA to Fox.
So this one will result in violence. The Shane McMahon Kevin Owens one. The
That's
sit-down
just an
interview is not
no Brock.
No violence there.
Violence will happen there too.
Clearing of the air, probably violence, but it's going to be Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan versus.
Yes, obviously, yes.
That's going to end up the tag team match.
Let's answer some questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron Armenta, Friendo care package sent yet?
Not for August. That's on the agenda for this week, possibly today.
Here is some money because you guys rock.
Thank you, Ron.
Gamer Realm. Rumors say Ron SmackDown will get new stages. We talked about that in the news show yesterday.
Yes, we did. Hopefully the SmackDown Fist.
Fleshmech Fist.
Yes.
Or Fox Football Robot Fist.
Maybe Raw will get the Fist.
Ooh. Mr. Ollie B27, Aleister Black to join forces with AOP to fight.
I could see that as being a cool team, man. I could see that.
Brandon Garza.
He speaks in his native tongue. The other two speak in their native tongues, and yet somehow they all understand each other.
Totally.
Yeah.
Brandon Garza, is Chad Gable becoming main roster Gargano? Maybe.
Remains to be seen. Or he's becoming main roster guy
Chad
who always
Gable.
loses.
Yeah. Scorpio 85, Simon, Larson, Steve, podcast dream team.
There you go. We got to get Simon Miller here on this podcast.
Heck yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Great.
The H champion joins us.
Yes.
Let's see here. Over on the Patreon, you guys can, for $1, you get access to the Patreon thing, the question thread.
Question thread, that's right.
Wolfpack for life. Does that Twitter account about jobbers have any info on the guy facing Rusev? Ethan Carter III used to wrestle in Impact.
On the name, Ethan Carter III.
Oh. That's good. Let's see here. MWO official 2 Sweeter Daniel Morris. So the club has a new theme. Why did they debut it on a match that they lose? Well, they didn't know they were going to lose. They were like, hey, we got this new theme song. It's going to hype us up. And then they do and they lose. Well, man, it doesn't matter what song you use.
Yeah.
You got to win a match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wins and losses make the team, not the song.
Man, that's a good. AKA Billy just says, Slow Wolf King Corbin is real. I have to make the Slow Wolf shirt for
With the
Pro
crown on the
Wrestling
head.
Tees with the crown on the head.
Yeah.
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 Let's see here. Alex Foster. In kayfabe, if a heel and face wrestler stay friends after one of them turns, how was their friendship affected?
We're kind of seeing that play out kind of with Bayley and Sasha. Bayley's starting to adopt some heel tendencies.
Yeah.
Sasha's a bad influence
They
on
start
her.
they start to influence each other.
I guess the stronger personality would remain on whatever side of the spectrum they already are on, whereas the one who might not have as strong of a personality would start to get closer to.
You know how I kind of like how they play it is the backstage stuff between Fire and Desire?
Yeah.
Because Mandy Rose obviously is like super heel.
Yeah, so you just kind of isn't into everything that Mandy does.
No, she's not. But she just understands that's my friend. That's what
Yeah,
she does. That's
totally.
her business.
Yeah, totally.
When I'm in the ring with her as a tag team, I'm going to try to knock some fools out.
Yeah.
So I like it. Let's see here. Get out of here. I love Bayley as like sort of
Oh, I know.
low-key
It
heel.
was
It's
great.
so good. It's
Yeah.
so
You
good.
can tell she's having a ton of fun.
I
too.
know. It's
It's
awesome.
really fun.
She likes having her friend back. Let's see here. Rich, the Smash Bro. Why is Bray Wyatt handed title shots for doing absolutely nothing when you have Corbin putting on amazing matches the past month and he's not in the talks for one?
Did you recall when Corbin was in the title picture?
So I'm assuming Rich here is talking like in kayfabe.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, why are title shots doled out to anybody in kayfabe?
I mean, Bray getting his title shot is really no different how it's done in New Japan. You challenge for it.
Challenge for it. Yeah.
And granted, his challenge came via the Golden One Center Twitter account.
Right.
But a challenge nonetheless.
Yeah. He's made a big splash. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Thomas Dunnigan says, did Vince tell Renee to mutter D-bag towards King Corbin?
Oh, maybe. I don't recall that.
I think that word is innocent. And I mean, they've been dropping tons of words. Light profanity. I think douchebag is kind of a lighter profanity word.
Yeah, I think so.
So
it's not in the list of banned words, is it?
No. Okay. I don't even know if that was like a popular term or if that was even a term back then. Like the George Carlin thing?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I don't know. Some terms that you think are kind of recent probably go back further than we think.
Let's see if I can get etymology of. Let's see here. The slang usage of the term originated in the 1960s. Well, that's without the bag part.
Oh.
Anyways, let's move on. Next question. Yeah, I could see Vince doing that. Rich is also annoyed at the prospect of next season being called the season premiere. He says WWE never stops. Why do they keep saying that? Because it's a fresh start.
It's a fresh start.
Yeah. Usually you'd get that like spiritually after WrestleMania.
Well, also anytime you hear season premiere, you think new things start, reason to be excited again.
Yeah. Look, man, the WWE, you're right. It never stops. So you have to be adding fresh coats of paint from time to time. So, just roll with it. Although Perry Swift here on Discord or Patreon also said that was annoying me throughout the whole show. Oh, wow. I literally forgot totally about Discord today.
Uh-oh.
I didn't even send him the link.
Wow.
I have not even been on there. So I'm going to go over to the Discord right now. You can get access to the Discord for $1.
Wow.
Let's see here.
A lot of good it'll do you, I guess.
Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. They're all up in arms right now. Henry says, are they going to post in Discord that they're going live? Butt says, damn, they even forgot to look in here. Number one, when you say they, this guy doesn't even have, I don't even think this guy knows how to use Discord.
That's correct, I don't.
Hafty says, if we never hear from you again, just know this is all your fault. Oh, goodness. Let's see here. Let's see if anybody has any questions. It's all just complaining about me not posting the link.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Now we got some actual questions.
I got other system.
Yeah. Alex C. As awesome as the Fiend is, do you think it can be an evergreen gimmick or does it have a very set time limit? It, like everything else, they have to keep it fresh.
It's got to evolve.
And they have to keep them strong. I don't know if you want to talk about this on News Brief today or what, but this idea that Goldberg might be showing up. Apparently, Mike Johnson from PW Insider said that Goldberg might be showing up on Raw next week for the season premiere, and that thing with Dolph might have been to set that up a little bit. So if you have the perfect way to use guys like Undertaker and Goldberg,
and John Cena at this point,
is to do what they should have been doing all along, and that's to put the old guys. Use the old guys to get over the new guys. You've got this wall of Bray Wyatt's friends, and add Goldberg to that. Add the Undertaker to that. Have them take out high-profile people, like John Cena also. Have them take out people like that, and to a degree, you can keep the gimmick fresh.
Yeah.
Just keep doing new things with it. I think Bray Wyatt is creative enough to where if you just give it to him, he can keep it fresh.
Yeah, just got to keep evolving the character and keep his stories.
The Fiend I see today needs to be distinctly different from the Fiend that I see. The
only constant is how people's lives, kayfabe-wise, change after dealing with Fiend.
Yeah.
And they should all be different after that. Speaking of the Fiend, Andrew Jocelyn wants to know, will the Fiend lay out Ray next week on Raw? Oh, yes.
Butts says, who would you add to King Corbin's court? I think you should add Chad Gable to his court.
Yes, agreed.
I think somehow, some way, you should get those guys on the same page. And
I think they'd be comedy gold together.
I think it could be great.
John Paul Gill, how long does the Fiend have to be untouchable for? I feel this theme of him terrifying needs to be kept strong. Hogan next week, brother.
Do you think Hogan would be okay taking the mandible claw? Flair would.
Oh, Flair would totally do it.
Flair would totally
Hogan would
do
try
it.
to drop in a leg on the Fiend.
Do you think it's a certain? It's got to be a certainty that the Fiend's going to interfere with that Miz segment, right?
Well, for sure, I think it's a certainty he's going to interfere in the main event, the Universal title match between Ray and Seth. That's a certainty.
Sure.
That's a certainty.
Yeah. What's Hogan and Flair gonna do? Like we sort of glossed over that. What are they gonna do? Well, come on, speculate. There's got to be some point to them. Are they gonna push 2K20?
That's what I was going to say.
Because they've been pretty heavily featured, like in the. Well, Flair hasn't been.
Hogan has. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that's part of it.
I hope. I want something with 2K20.
Maybe they'll actually have some
coming out in less
information.
than a month.
I know. They'll have some information about that. Did you read Chode Masterson's question?
No, I don't think so.
Chode Master, am I crazy for thinking that WWE's production value is much less than what it used to be? I feel like wrestlers can't act for S nowadays, especially in having things like homogenous sets, bland entrance videos, and robotic segment structures just ruins the watching experience. Thanks, friendos.
They take less. The production value is good. It's that they take less risks.
Yeah.
You know, these days they would never do a giant fist.
No.
I hope that the rumors are true that SmackDown we're going to get a giant fist. I'm not optimistic, but yeah, do something interesting with it. Do something cool with it.
Chris P. Bacon. Good day, fellas. Today, September 24th, is Chris P. Bacon's 17th birthday. Any chance I can get a happy birthday from the Hitman Horse?
Nay.
That's the appropriate answer. Thanks for 5 years of laugh, even though I've only been listening for half that time. Happy birthday, Chris P. Bacon.
Man, Chris P. Bacon's been listening since he was, 15, 14, something
14 and a half. That's 2.5 years.
Goodness gracious. It's his birthday?
Yeah.
And he was the one who was smart enough to not let us know if Chris P. Bacon was a shoot name.
Let's get real here, man. We're not that smart.
Do you think it's a shoot name? I forget. You thought that was more likely than Richard Nixon, but Richard Nixon was really a shoot name.
Yeah. But I didn't put the probability high for either, though.
True. Yeah, Chris P. Bacon. I don't know.
Because it could be Christopher Peter Bacon, and the parents not thinking, oh, he's going to call himself
The
Chris P.
parents wouldn't think. What are you talking about? They're
know.
not going to realize Chris P. Bacon? Get out of here. Get right. Listen. Here's the thing. This ain't like a Roy Nelsonma situation, okay? This is Chris P. Bacon we're talking about.
Yeah.
If his name is a shoot,
Yeah.
then the Chris and the Bacon are. The P definitely is not. There is no chance that this dude's parents thought, hey, Christopher Peter Bacon. Honey, what? Chris P. Bacon? Are you kidding me? Not a chance.
You never know.
That's a 2% botched name if I've ever heard of
Oh,
it.
that's what I'm saying. It's possible. Perry Swift, is Seth the most boring character in WWE at the moment?
Is who?
Seth.
I don't know. He's becoming more and more relatable because, man, he does have a lot of problems, and I kind of feel
Yeah.
for the guy.
Yeah.
Stevie-
Well, the problems are his own making.
Stevie Bradley says, confirm there's no fist for the SmackDown set. Did that pass me by or something?
What?
Did somebody get that info out there? Stevie Bradley, what is your source? Go to your local journalism class and turn yourself in, son.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Who confirmed it?
No fist. Will this ruin your day if there's no fist?
I don't know about ruining my day. I want it to look cool, man. I want it to look cool. I want it to look neat. I'm on Ringside News right now.
Well, they had a story about it on August 5th.
August 5th.
That's the last I see.
Well, I'm
anything about
on
it.
this article about fans dragging China's appearance in WWE 2K20. Did they release a thing about
They
China?
just did it still, I thought.
Did they? They released her entrance today.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, that still doesn't look too bad. Kind of want to see this now.
Oh, all right. That sounds like good material for Overrun, Steve.
Yeah, it does. Maybe a little. I was going to fast forward here. Oh, it's
she's
got
got
the
the-
T-shirt cannon,
She's
or no,
got
the
firework
cannon.
That's cool.
Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. We'll save that one for Overrun. Confirmed via Slice Wrestling.
Well, that's all right.
That's tongue in cheek, right? Or that's
It's like just this, but is truthful and reliable. Probably is like kayfabe news.
right. Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Bonus episode. YouTube channel members, all you got to do is hit that join button. It's $5 a month. And then over on the Patreon, $5 a month, patreon.com/Steven Larson. Hey, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Click that notify bell if you always want your Going In Raw notifications, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.